Hey, it's Shawanna Kennedy here, and welcome to You First, the place that's all about you, and you. This is your safe space to talk about all things self-care, well-being, personal development, and empowering you to make yourself a priority in your life so that you can live your best life. And your best life can even start now. Your best life can start today. I'm excited. And matter of fact, she is in the wings. I have with me today CJ Johnson. CJ talks about her book, about being a daddyless daughter, and then understanding through that journey of even writing her book, how she had to begin to forgive herself because she was holding things against him. You're going to have to go back and check out episode 1 for all of and some of that juicy conversation over there. So much so that we had to keep going with the part 2. So CJ is still with me, and I'm going to get her. Welcome back, CJ. Welcome back.
Glad to be back.
We had to keep this conversation going because we're about to talk about some weight loss. We're about to talk about some travel, right?
Yes.
And some fashion. This young lady, she's talking about her weight loss journey. She was brave and bold enough to do the surgery. She had the surgery, but right before, let's tell y'all, she had brain surgery 3 weeks, and then God blessed her with a new job. Brain surgery. God blessed her with a new job. And that's where we are in this episode. Mm-hmm. All right, finish that. Come on. Tell the people hello. How you doing? I know they're like, wait, what's going on? Because CJ is here. I'm telling y'all, if you missed the first one, you got to go back and catch it.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Shawanna, for having me back. I am excited to be here again to continue telling this journey that I am still on today, and it has been wonderful. But to recap on the weight loss surgery, like she said, before the weight loss surgery, I had just had brain surgery, and I was working for a company, State Farm, and I had got a promotion, and I was in a 9-week training. And I had also interviewed for a public health job in my career. I was turned down. I didn't get the job. But after I had after I had brain surgery, they came back and said, hey, the girl that we hired didn't work out. Are you still available? And I was like, what? And I'm like, here I am with a promotion on this job. And then here's the start of my career. And I said, what shall I do? I was so nervous, like I'm about to leave this 3-year job I already have with State Farm to start almost like a temporary position to get my foot in the door. And I said, God, whatever is your will. I said, you sent this job to me for a reason. And that was when I said yes to the job, it was the start of my whole entire life.
Wow. Wait, you talked about brain surgery, and I know some of them may be trying to wonder what was happening with your brain. Tell them what that was.
I had this nerve issue called trigeminal neuralgia, and it's where your trigeminal nerve in your face, it is like this rare disease. Doctors don't know where it comes from. They say, and the thing about it is they say it usually happen in elderly people, not young people like me. So they was kind of strange about it. Like, did you ever get a blow to the face or anything? And I was like, no. So they do everything they can to treat it with nerve medicine, things of that nature, laser. None of that helped me. It would always come back. It was hard for me to communicate. And now my job is communication. Let me put that out there. It was hard for me to communicate with people because it would hurt when I talk. It would hurt when I sing because I sung in the choir and, did singing as well. That's another little position I had. So the last result was brain surgery, and it took me a while to do that because I was scared to do that. But I prayed to God. I had my mom beside me, and I had one of the best neurologists here in Atlanta at Emory, and I went and had it. And 3 weeks later, I went back to work because I felt fine. Everybody was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, I feel fine because my mom was here. She took good care of me. And I said, that determination came back. like I said, when I had my daughters and got pregnant, I said, Mom, I'm determined. Here's my babies. Help me take care of my babies. When I had my brain surgery, I said, Lord, heal me. I got to get back to work. I got to keep this journey going. And that's when I was determined, and I went back to work. And that's when they gave me a call and said that I got the job in my career.
Wow.
Um, After I started my career, I really started learning a lot of things about health and things of that nature. But the fast to rewind back at State Farm, I did meet this girl who had the weight loss surgery. She always used to talk to me about it. And I was like, nah, I'm not having that surgery. I said, a lot of people have died from that. And that's not for
Mm-hmm.
me.
Mm-hmm.
And I have tried for many years to lose weight. I'll lose the weight, I gain it back. Lose the weight, I gain it back. And I just said, Lord, I just give up. And she, there was another push. She was like, just go have the consultation. So I went and had the consultation with one of the doctors in Atlanta, and he was very knowledgeable and gave me the information. He's going to take good care of me. And after that, I just said, hey, I'm going with it. So with your insurance, you have to go through a six weeks period, and I did that. And in October of 2017, I had the surgery. When I had that surgery, that was the start of the biggest, like I said, 360 of my life. I lost over 100 pounds within that first year of having that surgery.
Wow. How
And
was that though? Because you've gone through all of that, and then I know some people who have had it, and to lose that much weight, because we were talking about unveiling the true you when we think
yes,
about you first. What was going on with you, even not just even physically? What was going on with you mentally? Because it could be somebody watching this that's even considering it. And what was going on with you mentally? Because sometimes it's a lot of things. People don't go and have the counseling sessions that they should have throughout the
mhm,
course of that and even after. And I believe that some of that is necessary because
it is.
you're really truly a whole different person. What was
Yes,
that like for you? What was that like? We're talking, remember, this is about well-being. So
exactly. And during that 6 months period, you have to go through this cycle. Most insurance wants you to go through constant visits to learn how nutrition work. But the biggest thing, they want you to have a psych eval because they want to know why are you this size, what because usually our weight comes from emotional eating. And I realized in my psych valve that a lot of my weight gain came from my emotions of the trauma I dealt with in my childhood, me not having my father, a lot of bullying in school, you
mm,
fat girl, things of that nature. So a lot of my weight gain, I always was an emotional eater. I just eat my way through things, or I'll just get mad and just didn't care about myself. And so I had to pass that psych eval when I went through that, and that mentally changed me. And when I had the surgery and lost the weight, it's like I tell people to this day, I don't even, it's not the weight, the physical weight that I feel the most, it's the mental weight that
mm,
like it changed my mind mentally. I was in a relationship at the time. I ended up losing that relationship because that person that I was dating didn't know who I was. And I had to tell that person, I didn't know who I was either. I had to learn myself all over again as this skinny girl. It was times that I had like an out of body experience. I can see the fat. This is what I call it, the fat girl CJ versus the skinny girl CJ. And
mhm.
I can see the fat girl CJ sitting on the floor crying. And guess what I started doing? The skinny girl, me, I said, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for all the things I did to you. I'm so sorry for the things that I let happen to your body. Like just letting people use your body, letting food use your body, letting anything use your body. It's like one night I just kept saying, I'm sorry to myself. And that was my forgiveness to myself because I
Mm,
knew when I looked at that person right there, I knew that wasn't me. This was the new CJ, because the old CJ, I let so much happen to me. And I didn't realize until I let the mental weight go that I had done a lot to me physically and mentally growing up until October 2017. and when I had the weight loss surgery.
Man, and I believe actually because we were talking, having an opportunity to sing in the choir with CJ, and I was able to see part of her transformation because when we met, in the choir, but she also was an amazing and a well sought after MUA.
Yes.
Well sought after. I mean, well sought after. And but you know what? I have to make sure that the people on this side that they see, I got to show put this picture back up. This is
I
that.
love that picture. I love that picture.
Yes, that beat. Yes.
Yes.
She was look at that. And this is her. You see that? She mentioned about losing 100 pounds. And so when she says, and she's talking about the skinny girl, that's the skinny girl. That's the girl on the other side of that screen. So what was that? Continue. I just had to hey, we got pictures around here, people. We got pictures.
But the skinny girl just took my level of determination up a little. It was already up there, but it just took it to the top tier.
Oh my
And
God.
I just start seeing things like in a more healthy way. Like, no, you're not. I started thinking, I started putting myself first, because when I had the out of body experience and start, I knew that person right there, the old person, I did not put me first. I thought I was, but I actually wasn't. I wasn't taking care of me. I was too busy worried about other people, my family. I was focused on my daughters, but I was not doing anything for myself. And I realized that if I'm not taking care of myself, I can't show up for my daughters. I can't show up for nobody. And after the weight loss, I started working out. I started thinking about, I started becoming a workout fiend. Like, I loved it. When I used to be like, I don't know about working out, but it's
I,
just,
I don't know. Can you please like send that bug over to me, please? I need that bug. Whatever that bug is, I
I
need that.
know.
I need that bug.
Look, the pandemic, it kind of messed up my bug, but I'm trying to get back in there.
No,
But yeah.
no, people, no. Because this young lady be silent and profiling because she released the weight. You heard her talk about physically losing over 100 pounds, and then talking about one of the biggest weights that she dealt with was her mind. Everything is in the mind. Everything is in the mind. And once
Everything.
you to change your mind is to change your world. I say,
Mhm.
I say, once you know your worth to the world. And so knowing your worth, it actually starts with your mind. It starts in the
Mhm.
mind. And part of that even starts with, yes, if you look back at the last episode, you have to see the first episode with CJ, because she talked a lot about forgiveness, but it's also being present with yourself to
Mhm.
even make the right decisions, to even
Yes.
say, I have got to change. Because you heard one of the words she keep using throughout all of this is determined, determined, determined. That's the word,
Yes.
determined. You've said that over determined. And it's being with that determination that has helped you to even push through all of the trials, all of the tribulations, to be as successful as you are today. And
Mhm.
we know eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard.
Mhm.
We ain't gonna preach on here. We could if we wanted to.
Exactly.
But it's understanding that there is so much more, and this is just what feels like a lifetime is just even just a glimpse of what is to be, is what to come. Isn't that like
What's
amazing? Isn't that amazing?
Yes. I'm
When
like,
you
is it more? And
know
it is more.
it is more. You have to be like, no, there's definitely. You be like, is this it? No, this ain't. This is not even it.
Mhm.
Even at our best, there is still more.
More.
And with that drive, that determination, right? I heard some headache. I heard some heartache, because it's going to happen, because we're human. We're going
Yeah.
to be hurt. We're going to have to let some people go, because you
Yeah.
said about letting off some of that weight, and you talked about some of the people. How by the time you were done, how many people was in, I could say, if you gave a number in your inner circle as you were starting to shed these pounds, how did the disbursement of the people that might have initially been around you, how was that period?
A lot of people started telling me, like some of my friends and some of my relationships, the biggest thing is like, who are you now? You're so different. You talk different. You look different. You know, it's like you still have the same pretty face like CJ, that smile, but they was like, it's something about your energy is different. And I said, I said, it's a part of my healing. I feel like I did not just have weight loss surgery just to lose weight. I think it was just all a part of my healing because me being obese all my life caused a lot of emotional trauma and
Mm,
making me not thinking that I was worth somebody. Um, I did things. I just did a post last week on. I realized because a lot of people ask me why I don't do makeup or sing like I used to, because I'm kind of like in a retired stage. But no, it's just
to come out of retirement.
I. Hmm?
I said, you need to come out of retirement.
Yeah, that's what I said. But it's still my passions, but I just didn't make it my focus. It's just I realized when I was doing some of those things, I was trying to have a sense of belonging. I tried to have a
Mm,
sense of wanting to be somebody and just to, yeah, be somebody. But after I lost weight and started developing, I went on a women's retreat that same year. It's just things started just coming at me to develop myself. And I said, God, you're doing something. You're doing something. And that's why I said, he said, yes, keep going. Keep going. I don't care what you hit, keep going. You don't know, you might not know where you're going, but just keep going. Because I always stop and say, God, what are we doing now? What are we doing? Because it's just like I'm losing this passion for makeup or season. He was like, you're not losing it. It's just I realized some things and people, places, and things no longer serve me anymore.
mm,
It didn't serve me anymore. And there was a lot of friends that I lost. I just felt like I was just there because they was like a popular person and I just want to be a part of them because they was popular. But then when I start healing, losing the weight, coming into my spirituality and awakening, I just felt like their energies start clashing with mine. And when I tell you that transformation is still going on to this day, because it's not a
I'm
quick
big on
thing.
energy. I'm big on energy. I am big on
Listen,
energy. You
listen.
know what, the only way that well for me is because when you allow yourself to be present, and that's being in that moment, right? That's being in that moment, you'll be able to pay attention and notice a lot of things that you really kind of ignore that's around you all the time. You
And it was
said,
easy for me to say, the
yeah,
biggest thing of this all was it was easy for the first time for me to say, no, no, I'm not
yeah,
doing this. No, I'm not going to go through this. No, I went through this when I was this CJ, but this new CJ, I'm not going through it. I say that a lot now. Like it's just comes is and like my therapist said, that's boundaries. You are learning your boundaries.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Well, that yeah.
Yes.
Oh, no, I laugh because I even had a flashback. You know, and I say it, and I tell the story about my son. I'm a mom of three, and my son, my middle child, he would say, and it's something that he wanted me to do, and right through my journey, right, the ups and
Hmm.
the downs and all of that, and it was like when I was on my self journey, it was like no. When you said no, it triggered, and I said, and I told him, he said, oh, I forgot you on that self first stuff. You on that self first stuff. I say, yeah, actually, I'm self firsting. Yeah, I'm yes, I'm self. Yes, I am. And you have to
Hmm.
unapologetically say that because, of course, yes, if you're a mother, hey, you got your kids their responsibility, but you've got to
Hmm.
find a space and a place for you because you will be cuckoo for cocoa puffs somewhere
Hmm.
with a straight jacket on, and the rest of the world will be going on.
Yeah.
It will. The rest of the world will be
Yes.
going on, and you'll be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and saying, oh, and they're like,
Exactly.
but
Yeah.
teach, I don't
If
even know
you
what happened to her.
so yeah, so when people start seeing the new CJ, a lot of
The
people couldn't
boundaries,
take it.
CJ, the boundaries.
Yes, they couldn't take it. And I started, and that's why I have a whole different group type of friends. It's just everything is different, and I just no longer just put up with the things that I used to, because that old person, I didn't love myself. I did not put myself first. And now I'm the type of person, I take care of myself. I'll do self-care things. It's just a lot of things change for me internally. And that's why I'm grateful for this weight loss surgery. That's why people's like, they might say you took the easy way out. No, it was not, because weight loss surgery is not easy,
Yeah,
because
the
you
work
can't
began
eat.
after the surgery.
Yeah, you have to learn your way to eat. It's a lot of things you deal with physically, but for me, it helped me mentally, and that's what I tell anybody. It wasn't the weight that I lost; it's the mental that I gained from it, and it changed me like a 360. And I look at things so differently than I used to. And I did a recent post too. I said I wish that my daughters could have got. I wish I could have had kids as a healed mother instead of unhealed
Mm,
mother. So it's just a lot of things that I'm dealing with now that I'm saying, that I wish that people could have experienced, that the people that I dealt with then could have experienced this new person, but it wasn't
but
for them.
you already know it was not. It was that time, that season. We've said it already. There are people that are for a reason and for a season. There are people that will
Mhm.
be with us and they're gonna ride with us till the end. But sometimes
Yes,
we're giving people who are temporary a permanent position in our life, and that's not a part of your story. That's not a part of your journey, and they do have expiration dates.
yes,
Um, and I know part of that, and where because you always, because of the makeup and all of those things, you've always been fashionable. And but when you started slimming it down, y'all, this young lady, you began to, I mean, she was showing up so much so that she even has a shop. I don't know how often she be doing that, but she has a shop. She's a fashionista, and
yes,
I want to now, how was that? I know it had to be fun because you were already into fashion and liked it, but then
yes.
being able to dress the slimmer you. What was that? Did that kick that up in your life? The whole
It did.
fashion piece?
It did. And like I tell people, I had confidence before I lost this weight. I love to dress. I love a beat face. I love to do my hair, like everything. All this came before the weight loss. The weight loss surgery just pushed it up a notch, and I was able to dress in clothes that I really, really always wanted to
Yeah,
wear.
yeah, yeah.
That makes sense. So when it comes to fashion during the pandemic, I always wanted to start my boutique, but during the pandemic, I saw where, if you guys ever heard of Thrift in Atlanta, she started this group where you can do an hour live and you can sell things out of your closet. And I said, you know what? People are always saying, I'm coming to your closet. I'm coming to your closet. I'm coming to get some clothes. And of course, I had a lot of clothes from when I lost weight. I went from 1820s to like what 6'8" now. So I had a lot of clothes that I needed to sell. And so during the pandemic, nobody, we couldn't go anywhere. So you couldn't do nothing but shop online or things of that
Mhm.
nature. And I did my first show, and it was just an hour. When I saw how much I made just in an hour, how many people responded to my clothes, I was sold. And so I made that a part of my already business. Know the art of making you. Know the art of making you it's about makeup artistry, but it became about fashion. It became about women empowerment. What is it that you need to know yourself, and what colors, even though you've been through so much, the red, the green, the yellow, the stoplight, that is all making who you are today. So I added that to Know the Art of Making You closet in fashion. And I do live shows. I try to do it once a month because, I already have a career. Some people do it every week, but I try to do it once a month, at least once or twice a month. And those women be on there just buying the stuff that I have, because I have a niche for fashion. I know what's trending. I know what's gonna look good on you. It's just I have an eye, because that's me as a makeup artist. I just have that eye for fashion, for how something's supposed to look on someone. And sometimes I have had some women who never wore some things, and when they put it on, they were just like, oh my God, how did you put me in this? I was like, because I knew you could wear it. So that's how the fashion thing came about after the pandemic, and people couldn't
Because
shop
I know, I
anywhere.
mean, you was just everywhere, 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 everywhere. And then thinking about, look, everywhere she has been, literally almost everywhere. We just gotta, before we get out of here, talk just a little bit about travel, and then what's next? What's next for CJ? Tell us some of the places that you've been. I mean, I've seen you
Ooh,
Dubai.
so
Um,
my first
you went to Paris, right? I mean, I know I saw Dubai. I know I saw Paris. I try to keep up with you, right?
So my first trip was in 2016. And that goes back. I met this person that was overseas.
Mm.
And it's just crazy how you meet people. God, you meet people that just be for that season. And it's just God taking where you need to go, what you need to experience. And me being a country girl, I don't know a lot. And so I always just say, God, send me the right people so I can learn how to do this or do that or do that. And I didn't even have a passport. So when I, started talking to this person overseas, it was like, let's meet. And I'm like, wary, because you're working overseas right now. And it was like, well, let's meet in a central location, like overseas. Have you ever, been overseas? I said, no, I don't even have my passport. So I went and got my passport. And I this was right after my women's retreat, because I said I'm ready to live life, and I always felt like it was more to life out there. And I went to on my first out of the country trip was Rome, Italy. And when I tell you that changed my entire life, like it just did something to me spiritually,
Mm.
because I felt like it's a whole world out there that we're missing out on. It's not just where you are and where you come from, it's a whole world out there. And I was sold. And I said, you know what? I am going to start traveling and living life, because my motto is live now, because you
Yeah.
don't know what's going to happen, because the way things are going on. And I started living my life like that. And then my first public health job, they had me traveling as well. I was traveling different cities, communicating and educating the people about HIV and AIDS, because that was the branch that I was a part of at
Mhm.
CDC. So me traveling, I have learned so much. I can't even begin to even tell you guys. And that's why I travel all the time now. Like it's therapy for one, but it's
I
also,
know.
yes,
You
but
know,
it
we're
also
the
teaches
same
me
birth
like,
month. So,
mhm,
look, we're the same birth month. So, yeah, all the things, all the things, all the
yes,
things that you're saying, yes. And because
yes.
then you go, because recently, where was the most recent place you went? I know I saw it. I know I saw it. Did you
I
go?
went to Paris. I
Uh-huh,
went
yeah.
to Spain.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to was it Punta Cana? Yeah, Punta Cana. Yeah, yeah. So
I love
yes,
hey, I love it. I love it. I love it.
I just love
I
to.
just
It's just
I just
I'm
did Dubai.
now.
I
Yeah,
just did
now I'm to
Dubai.
the point. I really my next dream. I really want to live overseas like 1 to 2 years and work and do global health. So now I'm praying to God that He showed me the way, send the people that help me to, figure that how to do that. I'm working with CDC now, and trying to get in a position to get in a branch that I really want to work in, and that's basically HIV and AIDS. I want to do a lot of communication work on that and getting back out there like I used to be, because the pandemic kind of cut all that out with us going into conferences and stuff and talking with people. So now that COVID is, died down, it's not gone, but now that it's died down, I want to get back out there with the people and educate them on certain diseases and health and issues and things of that nature. And also, I want to get into my own consulting business when it comes to public health. I want to do some communication work for some big top tier companies that work with CDC, and have my own consulting company eventually. And I'll just be doing my own type of public health
Well,
work.
I'm
Um,
just excited and glad to know you, and that God allowed us to meet before all of this other greatness. So, because it is just amazing to be able to watch people's journey and to just see how they are thriving, how they are really truly living their life, how they have unveiled the true themselves, right? How they have made themselves a priority, how they have pushed past certain pains, certain hurts, even though we're still human and we still, go through things, because if you're a life learner and choose to do that, we're going to always have opportunities where we can grow, where we can learn and still even continuously heal, depending on how deep that trauma might have been. So I've always been big on watching how I say, because you can't just get over some things you just can choose to move on and look at them through a different set of eyes and from a different perspective, because remember, the healing is all about you. The forgiveness is all about you. Setting the boundaries is about you. It's about you. It's about you. It's about you, and you. Make sure you catch part 1 if you didn't catch part 1. And if you are and you hung out with us and picked up this second set, we want to thank you again for just hanging out with us here on You First. My esteemed guest, my lovely guest, CJ Johnson. This woman is somebody you need to know. Her information will be on our website, so you will know how to find her in all of the goodness, all of the glory, all of the glory. So I just want to thank you, CJ. I want to thank you, CJ. I want to thank you. Thank you. I want you to remember to make it about you. It has to be about you. So pause, take a breath. One of the quickest ways is to think about your senses. Choose to think about what you're touching, what you're feeling, what you're smelling, what you're hearing. Doing those simple things that seem silly, they will bring you present. I want you to know that you can hit the gas in your life and you can hit the brake on things that have nothing to do with you. Even how people feel about how you've chosen to set boundaries, they're all about you. And that's what they think is none of your business. I want you to know that I appreciate you. This is a safe space that is set aside for us to come together and to come around in this space. Thank you so much for being here with me, Shawanna Kennedy, your host of You First. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for rocking with me. I will see you again real soon. This episode is brought to you by Kennedy Media, your ultimate partner in content creation, video recording, and digital marketing. Be seen, be heard, and increase visibility in your business. Contact us today at KennedyMediaLLC.com, KennedyMediaLLC.com, and unlock your brand's full potential.